What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today's going to be a special episode because what I'm going to do when I don't have guests is that I'm going to make solo podcasts where I am pretty much just going to basically be doing a horror bracket. So if you guys watch soccer or any type of sports, in the World Cup, there's like the round of 16 and on. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing here. Pretty simple. I'm going to pick a category. So today's going to be found footage, one of my favorites, and it's going to be wild. Now, I have not... made up my mind on who the winner is. I just went on to ChatGPT, put in some found footage horror movies in there, and they created a bracket for me. I'm going to present that to you right now so you can see the movies that are in the bracket, that are in the tournament, and that we're going to be discussing today. And let's not waste any more time. Just to make sure you guys understand, I'm going to have guests, and when I don't have guests, I will be doing a bracket. If you guys want to comment down below what genre you want me to do a bracket on next, go ahead and do so. But I love found footage movies, so let's get right into it, man. We're gonna start on the left side of the bracket, and man, we're maybe that's a bad choice. Maybe we'll start. You know what? Let's start with the firecracker, bro. Let's start with the banger. The top left corner is Blair Witch Project versus Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, and that is a juggernaut of a match to begin with. As our first match, man, they're both great. You know the answer is Blair Witch. Let's just cut to the chase. The answer is Blair Witch Project. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It is my favorite horror movie of all time. We're up there with Terrifier 2, so yeah, it's Blair Witch, but man, it's tough because I hate eliminating Gonjiam in the first round because Gonjiam Haunted Asylum is a phenomenal found footage horror movie. Like, if you want something to actually scare you, right? Like, Blair Witch Project isn't going to age so well with time, especially now that everyone knows what the gig is up, right? Like, everyone knows that it was not real marketing. But back then when you thought it was real, right? It's still one of my favorite horror movies of all time and the impact that it had on the genre, but it's a tough one. Gonjiam is a really scary movie. Like, it is a very effective, scary movie. Much more entertaining at the end of the day. Much more probably rewatchable. But I am a Blair Witch dick rider, nut rider. So I'm going to go Blair Witch. And if you guys disagree with me, you guys got to comment down below. But I'm going Blair Witch. It's still a GOAT for a reason. So we just eliminated Gonjiam. All right, so the next one, should we go down the first bracket or should we go back? I think we should go back and forth. So let's go on the top right corner now, which is going to be The Last Exorcism versus Hell House LLC. Now, this is a good match, and I'll tell you why. Hell House is awesome. Don't get me wrong, Hell House, and I have not seen the new one, so comment down below if you've seen the Hell House lineage. I still have to see it. But I'm going to pick The Last Exorcism. How about that? Dude, The Last Exorcism is a great found footage movie. Like, if you have not seen it, I highly recommend that movie. I saw it in theaters. I thought it was great. I rewatched it in college. Still holds up. I actually appreciate it even more when I watched it in college. So definitely The Last Exorcism. And the reason why it was an easy pick for me is because in this bracket, we have Hell House LLC, the first one. If it was Hell House LLC, the Carmichael Manor, that might have been a different story because my personal favorite is actually not the first one. It is the fourth one, the Carmichael Manor. I think it is way better than the first one. I think in the entire franchise, it's the best one. And it's one of my favorite horror movies of the 2020s. So that would have been a much harder decision to make. But since it is the first one, I don't want to take anything away from the first one. It is a great movie, but at the same time, The Last Exorcism is I just love the concept, the acting, the story is just really good. It's like this guy, from what I remember, is like losing his faith or uses his faith. He doesn't believe in anything, and he kind of manipulates people to make money. And then he runs into something real. It's nothing like genius or out of this world. We've seen it before, but it's just really, and it's executed very well. And I think the ending is awesome. And like I said, I've seen it twice now, and both times I enjoyed it. And I saw it, once when I was young, once when I was a young adult. So a good amount of time in between, and I still liked it. So it's a movie that holds the test of time. I'm going with The Last Exorcism. That might be a hot take. But let's go back to the left side now, and let's look at The next one, which is also, well, not that much of a banger, is Paranormal Activity versus Apollo 18. A lot of people don't like Apollo 18. I actually really enjoy Apollo 18. I think Apollo 18 is a great found footage movie. It's definitely not going to be the GOAT Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity is like one of the GOATs, right? It's like in the Mount Rushmore of found footage movies. So definitely is going to be Paranormal Activity, but at the same time, bro, like, people sleep on Apollo 18. Like, when VHS Beyond was announced and they said they were going to take a sci-fi theme to the movie, I was like, bro, I hope they do a segment like Apollo 18, where it's like these astronauts that find these creatures on the dark side of the moon, and it's like, that is such a great concept, and Apollo 18 is great, but it cannot hold a candle to one of the juggernauts in the genre, Paranormal Activity. So it's gonna be Paranormal Activity. All right, moving back on, we got actually a really good matchup on the right side, Deadstream versus The Sacrament. Now, The Sacrament is by Eli Roth, and in terms of like a movie that impacted me, not just scared me, but like I was thinking about it long afterwards, it has to be The Sacrament, because it's based on a real massacre that took place, the Jonestown. It was like a cult. I could be butchering it, but it really happened. A lot of people committed drinking like poison, and that movie is just wild. It is wild because it's true. It is just very, very intense. However, Deadstream is not only one of my favorite found footage horror movies, but it is a movie that I look up to a lot because of how it was made by this guy who wrote, directed, scored the movie, acted in the movie, right, starred in the movie. Like, he did everything. So it is a very inspiring film for me because I want to be a filmmaker. So that's kind of like the route that I'm looking. Excusez-moi, but that's kind of the route that I'm going for. Like, I want to make my own movie. I don't want to have a studio telling me what to do. I want to make it with my own budget. So it's got to be like a creative found. It's an awesome, fun movie. And besides that, I admire the people that made it and how they made it. So I'm going to have to go Deadstream. Deadstream has to take the cake, even though The Sacrament is probably scarier and more effective and maybe overall a better movie. There's just a soft spot in my heart for Deadstream, so it's gonna win this one. So let's go back now to the left side of the video. Or the left side of the video. The left side of the bracket. Now we got, Grave Encounters versus Alien Abduction. Now, maybe a lot of you have not seen Alien Abduction. It is one of my favorite, like, underrated found footage horror movies because this movie is bad ass. Talk about scary. It is quick to the point from start to finish. You are going to be entertained and you're like on the edge of your seat. Alien Abduction is a badass film, badass found footage film, and Grave Encounters is good too. Now, I have a hot take. Maybe it's not a hot take, but for me, I like Grave Encounters 2 better than the first one. I actually thought the first one I saw with my friend when we went to our kickboxing match in Reno was very boring. It like dragged out and it was just like, get to the point already. It's depressing. I don't know. It wasn't engaging for me. It wasn't fun to watch. I think the second one is more effective because of the tall monster and everything, the jump scares. There's very cool moments in that film, but I rewatched it with my friend and that one didn't hold up either. So Grave Encounters as a whole, like, I'm sorry to be mean, but I'm not that impressed with. So the winner is gonna be Alien Abduction, and if you haven't seen it, you should watch it because it's a badass film, dude. I love that movie. The scares are good, they're effective, the acting is good. There's a scene in this movie that is straight up so bizarre and so like captivating to watch. It keeps you really entertained, and it's the tunnel scene, but I'll leave it at that. I don't want to spoil it, but Alien Abduction, easy win on that one. All right, let's go back now to the right side of the bracket. We got Creep versus Unfriended Dark Web. This is a good matchup because they're both good movies. There's a clear winner on this one, but I gotta talk about both movies because what this guy has done with Creep is so impressive. It's so impressive because, once again, it's one of those things where it's like you have a low budget, come up with a creative idea that's entertaining, and Creep does that. It's just a guy who put up a like listing on Craigslist, hire a cameraman to film his life, and creepy stuff starts happening. It is so entertaining. They made like, was it 3 movies or 2 movies? And now they have like, the show, the creep tapes. It is awesome. All right. He did masterful job. I really like it. However, and I think I just gave it away, Unfriended Dark Web is one of my favorite found footage horror movies. It's a guilty pleasure because I know a lot of people don't like it. I love Dark Web, and I'm glad that I put Dark Web in this bracket because I'm not a fan of the first Unfriended. So if it was Creep versus the first Unfriended, easy win for Creep. But since it's Unfriended Dark Web, I was obsessed with the Dark Web. That was something, an idea that really scared me when I was in college. So watching that movie, it hit me at the right time. It scared me so much. It's such a fun roller coaster ride of a movie. It's so genius how it uses, like the laptop webcam format. It's not like World of Worlds with fucking Ice Cube where that movie sucks balls. It's none of that. This movie is awesome. Okay, it's so good. So it's easily Unfriended Dark Web. I know a lot of people don't like that movie, so it's a hot take. We'll see how far it goes down this bracket. But I stand by it. That movie is fucking awesome. It's so fun. So now let's go back to the left side. To the final matchup on the first round, the round of 16. It's going to be As Above, So Below and Area 51. Ooh, I don't know about this one now. Now I ran into one where I genuinely don't know. Because the other ones, like, I could tell right away, okay, this is going to be the one that I like. Let me give some props to the other movie. And then let me explain why I chose the winner. This one, I don't know. This might be a tie and I have to pick a winner. So this is interesting. As Above, So Below is a fucking banger, okay? And it is... a lot of people consider it one of the GOATs. I don't consider it one of the GOATs, but I do consider it a great movie, especially for found footage. It is scary. It is good. The Catacombs in Paris. What a great setting to do it. But Area 51 is a sleeper. I know it's another one of those movies just like fucking Unfriended Dark Web. A lot of people hate this movie. I love this movie, okay? How about that? How about that? I love it. And maybe that's because I grew up, a big portion of my childhood was in Las Vegas. So going to elementary school and all that, people would talk about Area 51 and we would come up with stupid stories. And my dad would tell me stories about his friends that would try to go to Area 51 and they would get stopped miles before they even get close. Like, it was an urban legend around where we lived. And aliens was always one of my favorite, subgenres in found footage. That's why alien abduction won earlier. But man, I lost my train of thought. Oh no, but what I'm trying to say is Area 51 has a special place in my heart. I think it's a very fun movie, very adventurous. You have to take some leaps, right, with logic, but if you're willing to make those leaps, it is such a satisfying watch, and I love it so much. But now that I'm like explaining and I think I've come to my decision, I gotta go As Above, So Below. I gotta go As Above, So Below because Area 51, as much fun as I have with that movie, quality-wise is just not there as Above, So Below. So I'm gonna give the winner to As Above, So Below. Back to the right side of the bracket, we have our final matchup for the round of 16. And this one is even tougher. Fuck! No, this is not good. Oh, when I saw it, the result on ChatGPT when it came up with this, I was like, that's a banger of a matchup because I'm gonna break my own heart, not just some people's hearts. I'm gonna break my own heart on this one. It is Cloverfield versus VHS. Now, I know a lot of you might be like, oh, Cloverfield, easy. Not so fast. If you've seen my podcast, my first episode with Killjoy Jake, you know how much I'm obsessed with VHS. That's my favorite horror movie franchise ever. It's like for some people, it's Jason, Halloween, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Chucky. For me, it is without a doubt, without even a close second, VHS is number one. And of those movies, the first one's one of my favorite ones. Okay, it's in my top 10 horror movies of all time, so you know how much I love that movie. But Cloverfield, I love that. That Clover is not... Oh my god, I'm already... I grew up watching Godzilla, right? Godzilla were like my favorite movies growing up. So when Cloverfield came out, not only was it like a found footage movie, it was also just like the American version of Godzilla. When that trailer came out and you see like the head of the Statue of Liberty like just thrown into New York City, you're like, oh my god, we're gonna finally have like our first epic kaiju movie. Like, is this Godzilla or what? We had no idea. And it turned out to be like just an alien version of Godzilla, right? And it was such a good movie. Like, just so probably hands down, not the scariest, but the most epic found footage horror movie ever made. Because in terms of scale, right? Like, we talk about Blair Witch Project, As Above, So Below, Friend of Darwin, Deadstream, like all these other movies that we talked about so far. In terms of scale, none of them have an antagonist or a monster or a source of fear that's as big as the monster in Cloverfield. So in terms of epicness, it's like Avengers level threat in a found footage. You know what? I'm gonna. Oh no! I almost said I was gonna give it to fucking Cloverfield. Oh my god! I can't take out a top 10 horror movie of mine in the first round. I just can't do that. I can't do that. But I can't take out Cloverfield is Avengers level found footage movie. I can't take it out either. I'm at a stalemate. Fuck. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. It's not gonna decide the vote because I'm still too scared to decide. But I want to see their ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, obviously Cloverfield's gonna be bigger. But just out of curiosity, I gotta see on Rotten Tomatoes. Cloverfield. Okay, let's see Cloverfield first on Rotten Tomatoes. It is at a... Where is it? 78% tomato meter score, and then popcorn meter audience 68%. VHS is not going to beat that. Oh my god. I'm going to have to eliminate one of my favorite horror movies in the first round. No. Yeah, no, not even close. 55% tomato meter and 41% popcorn meter. Wow, not even close. Almost half. This is tough. I just can't justify taking out VHS. It is so important for me. It was so impactful. I can't do it. I'm going to have to take out Cloverfield. I'm going to have to take out Clover. Oh my god, dude, this is insane. This is like a final matchup in the round of fucking 16. This is insane. No! I need water to like refresh my brain. Hold on. I love you, Cloverfield. Fuck, though, but it is a better movie. I'm going to regret this one. For sure. It's the lady and the static segment, and also the... Oh my god, what's another banger segment in the first VHS movie? If I can't come up with one, then I'm going to have to go. The last segment was pretty good too. Guys, I'm sure people are clicking off the video now because I'm just cannot decide. I'm going to have to go Cloverfield. I'm going to have to reverse my decision. I have to go Cloverfield. As much as I love VHS, I have to be realistic, and I have to say it was because I was very young. Well, I was also very young when I saw Cloverfield, but Cloverfield is just a better movie. It's the better movie. It meant a lot, made a lot more money. VHS is special to me. Oh my god, I can't do it. I cannot do it, guys. We're going Cloverfield. It's Cloverfield. All right, let's move on, or I'm gonna fucking no. I can't believe I did that. I took out VHS. That's insane. I have to go back. I'm gonna have to go. No. Since it's not VHS 94, I'm going to let it slide. It's going to be Cloverfield. I can't believe the words that are coming out of my mouth. But since it's not VHS 94, I'm good. The thing is, I have segments. It's not the movie overall that I'm attached to. There's segments that I'm so attached to, which for VHS, the first one, it'll be Amateur Night. And Amateur Night, I'll take over all day Cloverfield. But as a whole movie, I'll have to take Cloverfield. So that's it, Cloverfield. Now we go to quarterfinals. Quarter-fucking-finals. Left side of the bracket, we got Blair Witch Project versus Paranormal Activity. That's a tough one because these are two juggernauts. Two motherfucking juggernauts. The granddaddy of the whole genre, or not the granddaddy, but the fucking daddy too. I mean, Paranormal Activity was a big deal when it came out. Scared the fuck out of me. Both movies scared the fuck out of me. Probably Paranormal Activity more because I saw it when I was younger and I could not sleep after the fucking ending of that movie when you hear the footsteps coming up the stairs and the doors open. So in terms of which one scared me more, I would have to give the slight edge to Paranormal Activity. Which one had more of an impact to the genre? That's hard because you would say Blair Witch. Paranormal's right up there, though. It's right on its ass on that one. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Because I admire both movies. That's the thing. They're both good. They're both scary. I admire both, parties that created the movie and the effort they put into it and the ingenuity they came up with it. Man, I need to have a way. I need to get you guys. I need to do a live stream and get you guys to vote because I cannot with some of these. These are too tough. They're too tough. They're both so important to me. I feel like I gotta go with Paranormal. I mean, it's in my top 10 horror movies of all time. Paranormal is not. It's just comparing the both of them side by side. You see the importance of both of them. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm being honest, fuck, they're both so good. But I'm gonna have to go Blair Witch. Blair Witch, when you're drunk. I don't know if I should do this on camera, but I am, because it is important to prove why I'm going to choose Blair Witch Project. The reason why Blair Witch Project scared me, because I was an adult when I saw it, I wasn't a kid as when I saw Paranormal Activity. It's because I was depressed. I was in Gainesville when it was raining, and I was drinking white wine. I was drunk off white wine. Chardonnay, basic ass white girl. Shout out. But because of that reason, I think when you are drunk and depressed and it's raining outside, I'd rather watch Blair Witch Project. As crazy as that sounds, I think I'd rather rewatch Blair Witch. Blair Witch Project won this one. Cheers to that, mate. Damn, so we got our first semi-finalist, Blair Witch. Not a surprise. Back to this side. We got The Last Exorcism versus Deadstream. Fuck, that's a tough one. And you know what my first immediate thought to that was? The Last Exorcism. I know, it's crazy. I love Deadstream so much, but Deadstream, the problem with Deadstream is it has too much of a fun vibe. And because it has too much of a fun vibe, I cannot let it win this tournament. This tournament has to be a scary movie that wins. And it is a scary movie, but it's more of a fun Evil Dead 2 type of vibe. And I think The Last Exorcism takes itself a little bit more seriously. And in that regard, I'm going to give it to The Last Exorcism. That's crazy. I would say Deadstream, I admire a lot more how it was made. And I thought I would have given it to a Deadstream. But, I surprised myself. I even surprised myself. Last Exorcism is going to win that one. Man, I didn't even think I was going to say that. And I didn't even think that matchup would come up. So here we go. It's going to get good now. It's going to get good now. Because I've seen the matchups ahead for round of 16. But from here on out, everything I have no idea. So we got now on the left side of the bracket. Alien Abduction versus As Above, So Below. Ooh, I was immediately about to say As Above, So Below, but then I thought twice because I said, which one's the more rewatchable one? I have rewatched Alien Abduction way more than As Above, So Below. So now I'm rethinking my answer. now. I think I'm going to go Alien Abduction. Just because I was originally going to say As Above, So Below. But I have seen, like I said, Alien Abduction more times. I've rewatched it more times, so it has more rewatchability. So it wins in that factor. But also, like I said before, it is an underrated movie. Everyone knows As Above, So Below. Everyone rides that movie's dick super hard. But nobody rides Alien Abduction's dick. And I feel like that dick needs some attention. He's kind of sad there on his own. So I'm going to ride his dick and like bring him into the pot. This has been a very weird analogy. Anyways, the winner is going to be Alien Abduction. Woo, baby, woo, 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 baby, woo, woo. This is getting exciting. We got our semifinalists. Which, by the way, no, let's not ruin it. Let's go back to the right side. The next quarterfinal matchup is going to be Unfriended Dark Web versus Cloverfield. Woo! Immediate thought is Cloverfield, but I think I'm gonna do the hot take again on this side. I think I'm gonna go Unfriended Dark Web, and I will admit to you, it is probably because of recency bias. I have seen Unfriended Dark Web a couple times recently in my life versus what the fuck is the other movie? Cloverfield has been a while since I've seen. Now, since Cloverfield, and this is another fact, since Cloverfield broke my fucking heart, eliminating VHS, it's time for me to break Cloverfield's heart. So I think that solidifies. I'm going to go Unfriended Dark Web. How crazy is that? Unfriended Dark Web is in the goddamn semifinals. People are going to think I'm fucking crazy. And I put it over Chloe. You know what? I'm going to stick with that because it's going to piss people off. And so we're going to stick with Unfriended Dark Web. Booyah, booyah, booyah. Semifinals. Here we go. Let's get ready, motherfucker. This is important to me. Found footage is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite because there's a lot of subgenres in horror that I like. But anthologies and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let's go to the left side of the bracket. Here we go. We have got Blair Witch Project versus Alien Abduction. It's an easy win. This one, I'm going to admit, it's an easy win for Blair Witch. There is no way in hell Area 51, Alien Abduction is going to surpass Blair Witch. No. Right? As much as I love and ride Alien Abduction's dick so hard, a Blair Witch is Blair Witch. So step aside, right? No need further explanation. Blair Witch is in the final. Let's go to the semifinals on the right side. We have got The Last X. Dude, if you would have told me at the beginning of this that we're doing this bracket at the semifinals on one end, it was going to be the fucking Last Exorcism and Unfriended Dark Web, I'd be like, you're out of your... I love those movies, but you're out of your fucking mind. It's just the way... Now I'm questioning my decisions. I have to see the movies on this side. Man, I can't believe... It's because of the matchups. You know how they say in fighting... I'm a huge fighting fan. UFC fan all the way. And matchups make fights. Styles make fights, right? Like, if a guy beats this guy... That doesn't mean that guy can't beat the guy. So, for example, they say MMA math doesn't work. So, like, Luke Rockhold lost to Vitor Belfort, but Vitor Belfort lost to Chris Weidman, but Luke Rockhold beat Chris Weidman, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. And that's what I think it is, because if you look at the movies on the right side of the bracket, I would say easily like VHS or Cloverfield would have been the semifinals or like the finalists. Yet they're not even in the semifinals, and I think it's because we put those two juggernauts together, right? Like, it's the matchups that matter, because in my mind, VHS should have made to the final, or at least the semis, and it didn't get past round 1. But it's because of the matchups. It's the matchups, because if it was matched up with other movies, it would have definitely won and would have made it further in the bracket. So fuck, I surprised myself. I can't believe it's The Last Exorcism and fucking Unfriended Dark Web. I'm gonna piss you guys off. Unfriended Dark Web is in the fucking final. It's in the fucking final, man. It's in the final. Ah! I can't. I swear to you, I swear this was not planned. This is why my reaction's so genuine. This was not planned at all. How the fuck did Unfriended Dark Web make it to the fucking final? I'm crazy. I'm drunk. I'm drunk or high or crazy or something. Because this is not, how is it that we have Blair Witch, a goat, versus Unfriended Dark Web, which half people hate that movie? That doesn't make sense. Look at the movies that are in this fucking... We have Paranormal Activity. We have Ganjiam Haunted Asylum. We have fucking As Above, So Below, Cloverfield. Jesus Christ, how the fuck is the finals... I mean, Blair Witch makes sense. But Unfriended Dark Web? Are you shitting me? Like I said, it's the matchups. It's the way ChatGPT gave me this bracket. Because if we had... Dude, listen. No. For real, though. Listen up. If we had fucking Paranormal Activity versus Unfriended Dark Web, like on the other side of the bracket, if that was the matchup, I think I would have given it Paranormal Activity. So you see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a movie that... is in the final, if it had a different matchup, wouldn't have made it out of the first round. Just like how VHS, a movie that I thought was gonna be in the final, didn't make it out of the first. It's the matchups, bro. And you know what? This is what makes this fucking thing fun. This is what makes this worth it, because even I didn't even know like what was gonna happen. This is what makes it fun to see my reaction and all this, because I, in a million years, would never thought fucking Blair Witch Project versus fucking Unfriended Dark Web. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. And the reason... Okay. Final matchup. Dun 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 dun. Drum roll. It's an easy win. It's Blair Witch. Blair Witch is the fucking winner. And it wasn't even fucking hard. Blair fucking Witch. Man, I must be blowing your guys' ears out. I'm so sorry. But yes. Not surprising. I low-key expected Blair Witch to win. I knew it was going to be in the final. Because it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I didn't know exactly. I thought, that's the thing. Isn't it it's... MMA math doesn't work. Movie math doesn't work. That's true, bro. It's true. Because in my mind, if you gave me all these movies without doing the bracket, I would say it would be between Blair Witch and VHS. That would be the final matchup. And who knows? Thank God it didn't go there. I didn't want to put those two against each other. But the fact that Cloverfield took out VHS, it's like, you know, when I just gave you the Luke Rockhold. I hope you guys watch MMA, because if you don't, it's going to be like, dude, this guy is just talking madness. But that's the thing. VHS is fucking Luke Rockhold or Vitor Belfort. Let me think about it. Because VHS could not beat Cloverfield. So Luke Rockhold couldn't beat Vitor Belfort. But Vitor Belfort couldn't beat Chris Weidman, the champion. And Cloverfield can't beat Blair Witch Project. But right, Luke Rockhold could beat Chris Weidman. VHS could possibly beat Blair Witch. Like, dude, I'm a god at analogies, but that's what I'm saying, dude. It's about the matchups. Blair Witch Project came out on top. Not surprised, but I am very surprised at the finalists and some of the interesting bracket. I had a blast doing this. This was fucking so fun. It was my first time doing a bracket. But this is going to be the format of the show. I will either have a guest on, and if I don't have a guest on, we will do a horror bracket. So next guest I'm trying to get on will be I Like Scary. If you've seen his channel, he has great content. I'm trying to get him on. But if we do not, I will probably send out a poll on the YouTube to maybe do like genres like slashers or anthologies or stuff like that. And we'll see which one we'll do next. I had a blast, and thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, you're a fucking champion. Comment down below what you want to see next in terms of genre brackets. Give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Peace out.